Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Myself and Barry. Here we are. Barry was just playing some music. I was like getting all excited. Are we going to start with your music, Barry?
We're going to start with our music somewhere in there at the beginning, right?
Of course, of course, of course. So, guys, come on in. Let us know where you are. What are you doing on this Tuesday? Well, for me, it's the afternoon. So Tuesday afternoon, come on in. My name's Lisa Williams, and this is
I'm Barry Goldstein, and we are
VASA.
VASA.
Which part are you today? Are you Va or Sa?
I'm kind of like feeling both.
You kind of feeling both?
Can we both be both?
Sure. VASA. Oh
So
my
it's
God.
voice and sound activations, VASA.
Yeah, so those of you who are coming in, if you're just listening, VASA is something that we created. Oh my gosh, was it 2020?
Yeah, it was during COVID.
Yeah, it was. It was during the pandemic, and we created VASA, which was so incredible. And and it's voice and sound activations, voice and sound activations. So here we are. And we are super excited to bring this to you. And we're just going to let everyone come in because we want to share with you some really, really fun stuff. And we're going to play some of our old music as well. We've got the old. I know. Some of you have actually seen that. So those of you who are coming in, say hello, because I'm not seeing any comments. And I love to see all the comments. So maybe I'm not seeing it because it hasn't come through my little thing. So let me just pull up.
Do you want me to write some comments to you, Lisa?
Yes, please. I get lonely over here. I get lonely. Oh my God. Oh, everyone's coming in. There we are. I love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. So coming in, we're going to play. Oh, thanks, Barry. That's so sweet of you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Barry, how did you get into music? Have you always been into music?
It's pretty long time, but yeah, initially just from being surrounded by it, and was, we had a baby grand piano in my house, and my mom used to play by ear.
Really?
My sister played piano. My father thought he could sing. So yeah, I was surrounded at a pretty early age.
When you said thought he could sing, could he not sing?
Well, I thought he had a pretty good voice, but he always used to get like mom's elbow when he sang,
Really?
Like Ben, not in public,
Oh my God. Didn't he buy you your first guitar?
He bought me my first, well, yeah, they both bought me my first guitar, but he bought me my first electric guitar as well. Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you still have it?
I do. It's usually in this room, but I kind of cleared things out of here because I needed a little bit more space. But yeah, it was my Les Paul my dad bought me when I was 14 years old. And as you know, 30 years later, I ended up working with Les Paul, the guy whose name was on the electric guitar. So talk about manifesting. So
I know.
It's always a reminder. Yeah, it's a reminder to me that wow, sometimes things don't happen overnight. Right?
That's amazing. That is
30
amazing.
years, 30 years in the making. So
oh my gosh. All right, everyone, come on in. We're going to play VASA for you. Some of you may know this. It's kind of a little journey. We've got some of our old stuff, some of our new stuff we're just going to play. If there's anyone that you think would be really, really needing this, just as a moment, it's 3 minutes long, just a moment to breathe, just a moment of space. So Barry, you mix this. So, what would you say when someone is listening to this piece of music? What would you tell them to do?
Yeah, listen beyond your ears. So, music's not just something that happens to you, it's happening in you. And we receive so many beautiful comments from people that they like really felt this in every cell of their body, like it permeates through you. So just allow yourself to receive it in a different way today when you listen to it. Just listen more from a soul level and listen with all 4 of your body. So your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, but there's nothing you have to do. You don't even have to get in your head. and there's a lot of attunements that happen with the music and with Lisa's voice in here as well. The voice activations and also the guidance is really geared to take you to that soul level. So even though it's only a few minutes long, it can really help you in terms of grounding into your day and setting your intention for today, as well as we move into working with you today.
Yeah, this is awesome. So just sit and breathe. And if you can't listen to it, Deb, don't worry. You can always come back. But enjoy this little voice and sound activation from us. And here we go. 1 second.
Take time, allow your mind to expand beyond what you know. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are loved. You are loved. You deserve so much in your life. So much in your life. Create the life. Create the life. You wish to lead. You wish to lead. Your life is your creation of love, peace, and happiness. Your life is your creation of love. You are worthy of it all. You are worthy. Live in love. Live in love. Live in peace. Live in peace. Live in truth. Live in truth. Trusting your inner wisdom.
Oh boy. Barry, do you remember this?
Wow, Lisa, my whole head's like buzzing. I think that we needed that too.
I know. Isn't that amazing? Can you believe
Yeah.
how long? I mean, I was sitting here going, wow. That was just amazing, actually. I just loved it. So, wow.
Me too. And yeah, and for those people who are listening who were receiving that, we actually did that during COVID, and we were not together in the creative process. So literally, Lisa did all the vocals and the guided parts of that and sent them to me, and then we kind of put it all together, and it was so divinely guided.
Yeah.
You could like feel that energy. And the name of the piece, which is interesting as well, that Lisa was listening to like for years. When I said, what music do you want to use? She said, well, I want to use Ambiology number 4, which is called Home.
Oh, yeah, I did.
And yeah, and that's really what we're going to be talking about today, and also sharing a program that we're going to be doing together that is about coming home to the heart and the remembrance of self. So this is really a perfect way to just start out the vibration of our live with you today.
Yeah, it's amazing. And thank you, Julie. It's, one of the things that was really hard for me was actually doing this work with Barry. And I'm just going to, years and years and years and years ago, I used to sing, but then here I am. And I remember Barry inspiring me, saying, come on, come on, come on. And so I sent him this piece, and I was like, oh, I just hit send. And then I went and hid, and then thinking, oh, now Barry's going to ghost me and he's never going to want to work with me ever again. And here came this incredible piece that was just amazing. We've, recently we had the ability of actually being in the same studio together in the same place. And the stuff, in fact, I was listening to the piece that you put together for our workshop that's coming up next week. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was stunning, absolutely stunning. And this piece that he put together is called Remembrance of Self. And that's what we have called the workshop, which is this ability to kind of remember who we are. Because what we've realized is that, we all since the pandemic and since everything, we've kind of forgotten who we are. Some people are struggling. There's a lot going on in the world. And there's a lot of, it's like making sure that they know who you are, making sure you realize who you are and the part that you play in society, the part that you play in the world, the fact that you are really, really important. And, that's something that I have to work with a lot when it comes to in my work in a healing capacity. Some people say, what have I given to life? What is my relevance? What have I done? What's my passion? What should I be doing? And I don't think it matters what you are doing. It's the fact that your energy is super important in this world. Don't you agree?
Yeah. And I mean, we all have different gifts, and it's not just like artists and musicians or writers. Your gift might be a nurturer, and you're feeding your family's soul every day, and that's your gift. So we all have archetypes, and that's really what it's about, is bringing more awareness about your giftedness. That doesn't mean your job. It doesn't mean your career. It means what you're here to do and how you benefit yourself and others. And I think what's so powerful about music, sound, and vibration, in terms of it being on a healing level, and in terms of reconnecting and reintegrating who we are, is that unlike other therapies, it's difficult to prepare for music.
Yeah.
Like that 4-minute piece that we just listened to, I was completely unprepared for. And if someone said, like, you're going to have a healing right now, right, or you're going to go talk to a psychiatrist today, or you're going to go to a Reiki healer, there's parts of our soul that come in that still want to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Because on a subconscious level, we're not always wanting to release lower vibrational energy, or we're not aware that we're even holding it. And so what happens with music and sound and vibration is it cuts right through on a heart level to who we are. And we don't have the ability to put up armors before it happens. It catches us defenseless.
Yeah.
which is a beautiful thing, because then we get to tap into and bring awareness to possible grief that we're holding, or situations that we weren't aware of on a subconscious level. And when we can release those, then we have the ability to, attune and fine tune to the field that brings in all of this creation, this unlimited field of all potential. But a lot of times we have to bring awareness to releasing first and identifying. And that's really the work that we're going to be doing, like in our upcoming workshop that's happening on May 2nd. But what I wanted to say with that is that Lisa, and this is like, Lisa and I have been going back and forth over the last couple of months, and we're literally like fine tuning all the time and just being divinely guided for this event, because there's always new things that come in. And like yesterday, can I share with them a little bit?
Yeah, by all means. I think this is exciting.
Yeah. Lisa was sharing with me how the work that she's doing with people that are transitioning, to move on, beyond this lifetime, transitioning into the next steps in hospice or whatever it is in their medical journey. And her voice and working with them and her intuition is helping them bring awareness to emotional baggage that they're holding that they might not even be aware of.
Yeah.
And what hit me, and what I said to Lisa at the beginning of this, the cool part about this is now you get to take these gifts of utilizing your voice and these voice activations and help people who aren't transitioning. Because why should we have to wait till we're on our deathbed to acknowledge things that need to be rebalanced and to remember ourselves? And unfortunately, a lot of that happens with a lot of us. We wait till the end to connect to this. But here's the good news, and that what we're excited about is you don't have to. And that's what this VASA journey, Remembrance to Self, is going to be about: a sound healing with voice activations, with tuning forks to realign your antenna so that you can tune in to the remembrance of yourself. And it's going to be really, really powerful. So if you feel called to be there with us, it's going to be an intimate group of people that are going to be there with us. It's not going to be hundreds of people. It's going to be geared towards really creating a tribe of like-minded people to hold a safe space for this, because it is going to be a rite of passage.
Yeah, we're super excited. And I think, a lot of people say to me when it comes to sound healing, well, I don't sound like you. I don't have the voice like you. And I always say to people, you don't have to have a voice. It's the vibration that comes from it. And when I'm doing my healing, with blocked energy or any form of things that need to be released, even when I do my mediumship, sometimes just doing a simple tone, and it doesn't have to be in tune, it's the energy and the frequency behind it, can change everything. And I feel that what we're doing here is we're really allowing people to come into this, let's remember who we are. And a lot of people say to me, but I know who I am. And then they start going, well, I don't exactly know what I want to do in life. I'm really struggling. I'm not sure where I want to go. And a lot of the times we've just lost that core, that inner center, that alignment. And so it's really finding that. And that's what we want to do. And the one thing I love working with Barry is he brings so much science to it. And I talk a lot about the science, but Barry you really come into the science behind a lot of things. I feel like I want to just swim in that mind of yours, because you have all the science, and you've worked with a lot of people, Joe Dispenza, you've worked with Greg Braden, you've worked with Anita Moorjani, you've worked with some real pioneers in this industry, and you're a pioneer yourself, that you come with the knowledge and the wisdom and the science that backs everything up. And that's the part I really love.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the mind wants to know first before we take that journey. and people are different. Some people are the other way around, where they want to know the how-tos afterwards, so they feel more that they're able to take the journey. So, I think that we're going to find the perfect balance of that, because it's great to know how the science plugs into the methodology of what we're going to be doing. And here's the thing there's no levels with this. There's no like, oh, well, that sounds like it's for beginners, or there's no like, oh, wow, it sounds too advanced for me. There's no levels with that. And that's the thing when working with sound, no matter where you are on your path, whether you're, I'm going to say it, Lisa, the Dalai Lama,
Yeah.
right? Or whether you're a political figure or whatever, that might not be that far along their awareness. Who knows, right? It doesn't really matter, because wherever you are, there's always room to fine tune. Even the Dalai Lama, I'm sure he wakes up and there's something that he wants to work on, or there's something that he's tweaking in his mastery. And that's what music does, right? It fine tunes us. It's like tuning that dial. So you might be like really far along in your path, and you might be like, oh my God, I have so many amazing things going on in my life. Why do I want to do this? Because it's really about thinking big and dreaming big. Like, what are your next steps on this path? And it's not, again, it might not be career. It might be stepping into the path of being a caregiver. Who knows what it is for you that's going to be your next steps, that you need to fine tune your connection and what's coming in next. And, you might have fine tuned to get your last big book out. It doesn't mean you don't have to fine tune for what's coming up. And I think, when we have a gift, it's up to us to share it in the world. And I'll share a quote with you that like literally like changed my life. I was reading this book. It was called Becoming Like God. And it was a book on the Kabbalah. And when I first started putting out my music, I don't think I've ever shared this with you, Lisa.
No, it's a new story.
Yeah, a new story. Oh my God, we're like married. Like we know all each other's stories. Like my wife could literally mouth my stories before.
Oh my God, I love it.
Right. So a new story. Yay. So when I first started doing my music, I was kind of burning my own CDs and, like we're getting stuff out there. And there was a nurse who was using my music, and she called me up and she said, how do I let people know about your music? It's helping like all of my patients. She said, your name's not on the CD, right? Your website's not on it. There's no way to contact you. Like she knew me.
Yeah.
Right. She goes, it's almost like you're like trying not to like share this gift, And at the same time, I was reading this book, and I think that we think the ego is about coming off too big or too grandioso, or we're afraid that we're going to be bragging about something, right? Or, and people will think that our heads are too big, right? But this is what the quote said that literally changed me, was ego is receiving for the self alone. So when you have a gift and you're holding on to it and you're not letting people know how it can help them, how it can share them in the world, that's when you're an ego. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been an ego this whole time, trying not to be an ego. And from then on, it was this big aha moment that, wow, okay, I'm going to share with everyone, wow, this CD is good for this, right? I'm going to let people know where to get it, because and that's what I think a lot of us do. So if you're playing down, if you're playing small and you're not sharing your gift in the world, that you're an ego, and it's time to step out of that, and the world needs your gift, whatever it is. And that's what we're going to be working on together, Lisa and I, with the tools that we're developing with VASA in this May 2nd workshop, is how do you give yourself, either to yourself or to the world? You have to give it to yourself first.
I love that, Barry, because how many of you needed to hear that? Needed to hear that by holding your gift back, we are in ego. That is huge.
Yeah, and I'm going to even put that in to the chat here.
Yeah, I think so many people hold their gift back because they're uncertain, that they don't know whether it's good or whatever it is. And I'm guilty of it in so many ways. But what we're doing is receiving it for self alone. Wow, wow. So if you need that little push, if you feel that you need to really define or fine tune, this is for you. This is, I find that so many people in the healing space, or in the space of where we're at, as in the gifted, in the spiritual industry, let's talk it with the spiritual industry, we are constantly trying to learn. But this is the opportunity, guys, next week to actually receive, to actually really receive. I do it all the time. I receive, I turn up, I show up, and I put myself in that place, and I am going to receive. And this is your opportunity where we want you to receive. And so as part of this workshop, and here's my notes from yesterday about what we were planning. I've got them all out. I mean, listen, I got it here. I'm going to sing for you. There's going to be so much fun. But when we are receiving, you are allowing yourself to fully align in that space, in that connectivity. You are going to be reconnecting to who you are and the reason why you've got this gift. And then take it from there, and then you'll start fine-tuning. You'll step into really your own power, because we all have a reason for being here, whatever that reason is. And it's really understanding that we are all worthy of receiving. And talking about receiving, you're also going to give everybody access to the music as well.
Right. Well, we have new meditations that they will have access to, and those we haven't debuted. We're gonna give you a little piece of one of them today, but we're going to be doing it for the first time in full on May 2nd. And yeah, it's really an amazing process called the Remembrance of Self. And there'll also be a meditation on heart coherence. So yeah, there's going to be live music. There is going to be live voice attunements that Lisa's doing. There's going to be attunements with tuning forks that I'm going to be doing with you. And there's going to be inspirational songs as well that are just going to leave you very heart connected. And yeah, you're going to get great guidance and information along that of who you are, where you're going next, and it's going to be amazing. And it hit me today when we were playing that first piece. I have so much going on, so many great opportunities and beautiful, wonderful things happening in my life. And I know you do as well. And what hit me though is that VASA, what we're doing and re-engaging with what we started, is just a very important part of my work and our work together. And we're stepping into this again for a reason. It's because the time is here really for all of us in consciousness to own our gift more fully.
Totally. So should we play it for them?
Yes, let's do it.
Yes. All right. So you listened to us at the beginning. Now we just want you to sit in that space, allow yourself to receive. All right. And I'm just going to share this 1 second. I've got to pull it up because, there we are. Okay. All right. So here we go. Take a moment just to breathe, allowing your body just to settle in the space where you are right now, and let go.
Let go of all the day that is around you. And just breathe into this place of now. Where you are. And be present. Presence is the gift that we give ourselves to receive all that we need. Allow yourself just to breathe. And as every breath comes into your body, you feel more alive. And as you exhale, you are relaxing and sinking into this moment. Allow yourself in the space to completely receive. Allow yourself this gift of time for you to come home to your heart.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's always beautiful to listen to the music. It really is. Barry, you're such an incredible producer of music. It's amazing.
Thank you. See, and I like, it's always so nice to listen to Lisa's voice.
Oh my gosh. So guys, if you feel called, I'm going to invite you, seriously, come along. It really is the opportunity for you to receive. If you are a spiritual worker, if you need the healing, if you feel that life is just dragging, it's hard for you, or you need to really calm yourself, your central nervous system, or you need a break, or you have somebody that you feel will benefit from it, please come along. Please come along on May 2nd. It is 7:30 p.m. Eastern time for 2 hours. You get us for 2 hours. You know, you get the opportunity to listen, to receive, to work with us. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. It really is. Yeah. All right, guys. So listen, we will see you all next week. Share it out to all your friends, your family. Thank you, Julie, for sharing it. And we will see you all very, very soon. So vasa.lisawilliams.com/join. Come and join us. All right, everyone. Have
So
a
long,
great
everybody.
day.
You all love.